Incident investigation and reporting. Every HSE professional has to be, there is no option. You have to be master in incident investigation and reporting because this is one of the chapter which you will face in the interview also. And when you are working at site, every now and then you have to undergo this process because why it is. The question is asked why the incident investigation, for what we are doing, and what is the process of doing this. What things you will look for. How to do the investigation. How to do the what are the factors you have to include in the reporting. So my name is MS Akhtar. I have 35 years of experience in the Middle East construction at a corporate level. Maybe 15, 20 days, 20 years. I worked at the corporate level, and now I'm retired and I'm sharing my experience, and I have a mission to give all the information which makes you a competent HSE professional. So this question, why investigation? Investigate construction site incident. That question in the interview you will face, and you should know as a HSE professional why it is required. So the incident investigate. If you investigate any incident, it can reveal hidden hazards, what you have missed during the risk assessment, where the controls are missing. Incident expose underlying system failure and hazard before they escalate into serious harm or fatality. That is why it is required to investigate all type of, even the near miss you should must investigate. That is a different thing. That team, how you will have to make team and all these things. But it has to be investigated to reveal the hidden hazard. So the main purpose of investigating an incident, not to blame anyone. It is to prevent the recurrence of the incident. So investigation focuses on understanding what happened to prevent recurrence, not to assign fault or punish individual. That you have to be very, very clear. And the third reason is legal compliance. It's a legal compliance in OSHA and UK HSE regulation, or wherever you are, where if you are working in Aramco, in any of the plant in India, you have to, this is a legal requirement to investigate the incident and report it. So if you are working under the as a contractor in Aramco, then you have to investigate and report it to the Aramco. If you are working in ADNOC also, you have to report. So OSHA and though I am talking about the global standard only. So OSHA, you know it. OSHA and UK HSE, Health and Safety Executive. Don't confuse about this. Health and Safety Executive. UK HSE regulations mandate thorough investigation to meet legal obligation and avoid penalties. Okay. So because of the many incident, you will, if it is a systematic failure and it will investigate, and then you have to take the corrective action. Build trust and morale. If you investigate, then the workers also will feel that they are the employer is serious. Demonstrating genuine commitment to worker safety, strengthen team morale and organizational culture. If in the interview, if it is asked that why investigate, if you give these four, then you are pass. So hidden hazard it will reveal, prevention, legal compliance, build trust and morale. Even in Nemos IGC, this is the question you have to answer. So what count as an incident? Understanding the full spectrum. Between the understanding. An incident is an unplanned event which you have unplanned that causes or has the potential to cause injury, illness, property damage, or operational disruption. This is the definition of incident. So this is another question may be asked, what is the definition of incident? So this is the answer. Accidents, events resulting in actual injury or damage to people or property. So this is accident. Near miss, critical early warning that narrowly avoided harm but reveals systematic vulnerability. That means it is about to happen, but it is just missed. Unsafe condition is the hazardous solution discovered before any incident occurred. Okay, that condition that may result in an incident. That's what. If it is maybe it is a discrepancies or somebody the situation which is an unsafe. That means it is not as per the unsafe. What is the definition? The global standard require this, the standard require this, and this is not meeting the standard. That is also an unsafe condition. Act also similar like this. Preparing for investigation. That's why I am telling all the people that when you are doing, people are doing, I did negotiation. What you will compare to the site? What is the benefit? So benefit is whatever you have read as a global standard, you have to compare to the site standard. If it is not meeting, it is a discrepancies and it is an unsafe condition and act. So if any incident happen, preparing for investigation. So how you will have to prepare? Assembling your investigation team who is going to investigate. Effective investigations require diverse perspective and specialized expertise working collaboratively. That means you have wherever you are investigation, you, in the team, technical experts, legal expert, all these type of people should be there. Okay. So multidisciplinary composition, as I have explained, that means supervisor who is involved in the job, site supervisor, safety officer, technical specialist, and workers representative. So they know it very well to ensure comprehensive coverage of all angles. Trained investigation investigator is required. That people who are not trained, that's why we used to give the training in the incident investigation. Ensure team members possess investigation training, knowledge of site operation, and understanding of relevant safety regulation. That is very much required. If they don't know, then it is of no use. Investigation toolkit, prepare essential equipment, digital camera, measuring devices, audio recorder, investigation forms, sketching material, and appropriate PPE. So this is also, these are all whatever I am telling, this all question may be asked in the interview. You have to see it many times so that you will know. Secure. So first step, what you have to do when you have to starting securing the site. Any incident, don't disturb it. Just secure the site. First critical step. So immediate scene control so that you can the evidence is not get lost. Secure the incident area immediately to prevent evidence contamination, loss, or alteration. Second step is protect people first. Ensure injured workers receive appropriate care and prevent secondary accidents from occurring. Okay? So you have to provide the treatment for them. Document everything, capture comprehensive photos, videos, and sketches before any physical evidence is moved or disrupted. Okay? So the first hour after an incident is critical. Immediately you have to start investigation. It should not happen after a few days you are doing. Then it is of no use. Evidence can disappear, memories fade. If you are asking someone after 1 week, he will, maybe it has happened. Memories fade and condition change rapidly. Okay. So collecting all relevant information. What are the relevant information? Physical evidences. That means tools and equipment involved in the incident, environmental condition and weather data. What are the it is a wind, because in the investigation report you have to write it. Those who have done this know it, but you have to write what is the wind speed, what is the temperature, what is the humidity, because it may have contributed to the incident. Material samples and structural elements. Okay, PPE condition and availability. What are those things are there? Documentary evidence, training records, certification. If it is not available there, you can ask the HSE department to provide it, or those who are keeping it. Equipment maintenance log, you can go to the maintenance department and see if any equipment is involved, what is the maintenance log, so that if maybe boom has collapsed, so you will come to know. Previous incident reports and near misses, maybe it has happened earlier also. Site safety plans and procedures, what are all these things are there, whether it is complied or not. Okay, so critical reminder is identify all witnesses early and interview them separately. Okay, separately in comfortable private setting to ensure accurate unbiased account. You have to, if you do it immediately, they don't have to manipulate all the things. So how to interview? Interviewing witness techniques for accurate information. Build rapport. That means you build that he can talk to you confidently and without any fear. Put witness at ease and clarify the investigation's fact-finding purpose, not disciplinary intent. Because this is a normal thing. People will start blaming, they don't do. Investigation is a very horrible thing. That's why I am always telling, be competent, you have a bright future. Ask open question, that we will take it next time. We will make a video on what is the open question. Open question means, that means he can respond on this. You don't yes or no, you don't close that. This is called whether it has happened, yes, no. Are you don't ask this type of. Avoid leading or judgmental. Leading language you don't use. Just ask, open and let him speak. Let witnesses describe events in their own word and without interruption. If any witness speak, you just keep quiet and listen to him, even if he is talking nonsense. Just listen, then you have to ask another question. Record accurately, document exact talk statement, verbatim, interview primary witness first, then corroborating secondary witness. First, who is there at site? You have to ask them. Then, second. Key principle, create a safe space where worker feel comfortable sharing honest account without fear or reprisal or blame. If you feel anyway that he is going to be blamed or get reprisal, then he will not give you then the entire purpose of investigation is gone. Because your purpose is to prevent the recurrence of the similar incident. Once you know the cause, where the controls are failed, what are the hazards we have missed during the investigation, during the risk assessment, then only you can put the control in place and you can prevent recurrence. Otherwise, he will not tell anything. So, analyzing the incident data. Third, systematic analysis approach. Distinguish facts with opinion from opinion. You don't, even if he is telling opinion, you have to listen quietly. But what is fact, you have to verify information credibility through multiple sources and physical evidences. So if he is giving his opinion, you can ask another open question so that you can get the fact. Develop timeline, create a detailed sequence of events leading up to, during, and after the incident. In the incident investigation, those who has prepared, you have to write 7:30 it has happened, 7:35 this has happened. The time sequence you have to write. How this 8 o'clock, if 8:30 or 9 o'clock it has happened, or even in the afternoon when he has came, what has happened, what is the lunch time, what he did in the lunch time. So everything you have to record in the sequence. So in the incident investigation report, you have to write all these things. So root cause analysis use the five whys. Why it is happening? Why it is happening? Technique to drill down beyond immediate cause to underlying system failure. So that I will explain you in the another video, which is a long chapter of how to find out the root cause. So root cause analysis going beyond the obvious. What is obvious that you don't have to, because even if you are only identifying obvious things, you cannot take the corrective action. Obvious things, if you what how it has happened, why it has happened, why it has happened, why the supervisor has given the wrong instruction, why the manager has given the why manager is giving the project manager, and why the project manager is giving client. Then you have to can prepare the sequence, why it has happened, why it has reached to that stage, why we are not procedure followed. For example, investigate whether procedures existed, were communicated, and were practical for actual working conditions. That is also a big problem. They will prepare a big procedures and it is kept in the office, approved by the client, but it is never been communicated, and that is a very common problem. 90% of the site I have investigated, and the people are not totally unaware of this. They don't know that this type of things are exist or not. Even the site engineer or project manager also not aware. So why did hazard exist? Consider equipment design adequacy, maintenance schedule, and environmental factors contributing to hazardous condition. You see what systematic issue contributed. What are the system? Examine training quality, supervision levels, workload pressure, and organizational cultural factors. Why it is? What systematic issues contributed? Individual error are symptoms, not causes. That you have to remember it very carefully. That individual is doing some unsafe acts that are error or deliberate. If somebody is doing that, you have to take the disciplinary action. But this is not the cause. Look deeper to find the systematic issues that allowed the error to occur. You will, if you are working in any of the project, you will see 90% of the HSE professionals are simply bluntly they are investigating and blaming the culture and closing the chapter. So project manager is also very happy. Oh, very good. That is not the way to investigate, and you will the entire purpose is gone. Your purpose of the investigation is to prevent the recurrence by taking the corrective action. If you blame that worker's fault is not the cause of the incident. That you have to remember, and you have to convince others also. Using visual tools to understand causes. Visual storytelling in investigation. Storytelling, that means something has happened. So there was some scene, some stories behind this. Creating visual representation help investigators understand complex relation between factors and communicates finding clearly to all stakeholders. When you are writing, you have to write it. There it has happened like this, then it has gone, it has happened. So whatever is the, you have to write the story, how the incident has happened, describe the incident. Okay, so if you read an investigation report, then you will see the story is writing that the equipment failure occurred due to this is the factor, this is the factor, or anything has happened. So causal factor diagrams map relation between contributing factor, What are the contributing? You will see the contributing. Those who have prepared, you know it very well. What are the contributing factor? What are the unsafe condition? What is the incident outcome? What are the main cause? What are the underlying causes? Timeline visualization, as I have explained, illustrate the sequence of events, decision points, and missed intervention opportunity. Then you will, once you are writing the sequence, at 8:35 this has happened, 9 o'clock this has happened. So you can very easily identify where, if we have intervened, this incident would not have happened. So fishbone diagram, that I will explain in some other video. Organize potential cause into categories like people, equipment, environment, and management. Okay, so this is what is the fishbone. Fishbone is what are the causes, contributory causes, and how it has reached to that incident. Whether it is people, how much equipment, how much contributed, environmental factors, how it has contributed, or the management is the contribution. Okay, so after doing all these things, you have to prepare a corrective actions plan, because your main aim is to prevent the recurrence. From analysis to action, effective corrective action address root cause systematically and measurably, transforming investigation findings into tangible safety improvement. Okay, so specify measures, define precise action, targeting, identify root cause. You may have heard about the SMART action plan, time bound, clear accountability. Who will do in the SMART action plan? If you are writing who is do, when they will do, assign responsibility and deadline for each corrective measures. Measurable outcome, how you will measure that this action is taken. So establish success criteria to verify effectiveness. Otherwise, you will not know that whether it the examples of corrective action, revise and update site safety procedure, provide targeting retraining for affected workers. These are the corrective action example, just an example. It can be thousand. Enhance equipment maintenance schedules, improve supervision and oversight protocol, upgrade or replace deficient equipment, modify work process to eliminate hazard. Because if you investigate, then either it has not been communicated. If it is communicated, then it has happened. Then there is a problem with the process. So, reporting, communicating findings effectively, tailoring report to your audience, write clearly, concise reports adapted to different stakeholders, senior management, safety committee, insurers, and regulatory authorities. So, in many of the cases, it is client. So client will also investigate based on this, or they may do this independently. So incident description, what happened? Okay, remember this, incident description when you are writing what happened, when, where, and who was involved. Remember what you have to write, and then root causes, underlying systematic factors identified through analysis, corrective actions, specific measures with responsibility and timeline. As I've said, smart action plan that you have to present to the client also, and you have to track your action. You should have this. Follow up plans, monitoring, and verification procedures. I will prepare a video based on the your software, what software is nowadays used for incident investigation and reporting. So you will do all the things you said. The report is prepared in detail, and you can send it. You can send it on the hub, and any client and anywhere in Aramco it is there. Visual impact include photographs, diagram, and timeline graphics to enhance understanding and engagement with your findings. Okay, so that because you don't write only, you have to give the photographs also so that people can visualize. If he's never been at site, he don't know what has happened actually. So by seeing the photographs, he can visualize, verify implementation, follow up and monitoring after doing all these things. Confirm corrective actions are complete on schedule. Continuous review, gather feedback and refine measures as needed. Monitor. It is not that when you are writing is khalas. No, you can revise it. Monitor effectiveness, track metrics to ensure incident recurrence is prevented. The main purpose what you have did. If you are not doing the root cause, if you are simply blame someone and this is the unsafe, the workers has did this mistake. Alas, so your job is finished. Then it is of no use to do the investigation. Update documentation, revise risk assessment and safety programs accordingly. Best practice, schedule regular review meeting at 30, 60 and 90 days post incident versus corrective actions effectiveness and make adjustment. So common challenges and how to overcome them. What are the challenges in doing the incident investigation and reporting? Emotional stress. Because incidents happen, workers may be reluctant to report incidents. They don't want to report and give you the facts. Due to fear of blame or job loss, build trust through transparent, non-punitive investigation process. That is a common problem. It's very difficult. As a, you don't take it lightly because if you are working at site, you will feel a lot of things like this. Time and resource constraints, project pressure can limit investigation thoroughness, prioritize safety investigation, and allocate dedicated resources and time. Many has happened, even the LTI and fatalities required the country manager or the chairman of to participate in the investigation. But I haven't seen ever. That is required. That is a legal requirement because ultimately this is the employer responsibility. Even the if LTI project manager, array, yeah, you prepare it and bring it. I will sign the report. What is this nonsense? Maintaining impartiality. Avoid blame culture by focusing on systemic issues. Use a structured investigation methods and diverse team composition. Okay. So strategies for success is provide comprehensive training, secure visual leadership, support and establish clear investigation policies that emphasize learning over punishment. If, for example, if any incident has happened, if project manager or the construction manager is doing inspection, in investigation and talking to the people why it has happened, which has happened, and if he will tell, don't bother about this, we are just finding the facts so that we can take corrective action so that incident will not happen again. So they will tell. Otherwise, if you own, I have seen many of the site only HSE manager or HSE officer is giving information. They are preparing report and submitting to the client. So case study, preventing falls through rigorous investigation. Just for example, I am telling how it will help. So the incident is worker fell through scaffolding due to missing guardrail, sustaining serious injury. Just see how it will help. Investigation revealed inadequate inspection procedure and significant training gaps across the site. Okay, so if you are not investigating, how you will find? So what corrective action? Implement rigorous scaffolding, inspection protocol, mandatory refresher training, and regular safety audits. If you do this, then this incident will not occur. Outstanding result: zero fall incident, recorded in the last 12 months. This is just a case study. So the investigation didn't just prevent another fall, it transformed out our entire approach to working at height. You have seen? Now, leveraging technology in incident investigation. Now, I am just telling you about, but I am just giving some of the software. What is leveraging technology in incident investigation? Digital tools transforming safety investigation. The mobile data capture apps enables real-time incident documentation with instant photo uploads, GPS location tagging, and voice notes from the field. Immediately, it will record it. There is a software. Automated workflow, digital systems guide investigators through structured step, ensuring consistency and completeness across all investigations. So in the software, you at second you are not skip any of the steps. Centralized record. So once you cloud-based platform improve accuracy, accelerate reporting, and enable powerful trend analysis across incident. If you start using the software, it will give you the trend also. So digital, I have explained in one of the video about the unsafe action condition trend analysis and how it will facilitate you to take the corrective action. These tools are very important. So digital transformation enhance investigation quality whilst reducing administrative burden and accelerate corrective action implementation. So, legal and regulatory consideration on the incident investigation, meeting your legal obligation. If the investigation is not a fancy thing, it is a legal requirement. I have explained what are all these factors which make it mandatory to do this. So, OSHA and Health and Safety Executive Compliance (HSE) always here. HSE UK means Health and Safety Executive. This is a government body. So it is a OSHA is for USA, HSE for UK. Same like if you go in Saudi, it is an Aramco, BDO, ADNOC, here IOCL, but government also factory inspectorates. So documentation is standard, thorough, records support workers' compensation claims and defend against liability issue. If you don't have the investigation report, the insurance company will not give the insurance. They will not consider it. They will say this is your fault. You have to establish it. What are all the factors are covered under the incident? This in the insurance. So proactive safety culture, comprehensive investigation demonstrates due diligence in legal proceedings and regulatory inspection. So legal protection is well documented investigation showing systematic approach to safety, protect organization and demonstrate regulatory compliance. Okay. So building a culture of safety through incident investigation, as I have told, if you are doing investigation, you can have improve your culture also. Because this is also one of the factors of qualification for a contractor to work in the multinational projects. Transparency builds trust, open investigation, encourage honest reporting, learning mindset. Every incident is an opportunity for improvement that management should understand, and this is as a HSA professional, this is your responsibility to convince management that this is a learning opportunity. Workers in engagement involve workers as active partners in safety. This is a platform for open communication, share lesson learned, because after the incident, those who are working, you will see the lateral learning. We are issuing a letter so that everyone knows why it has happened and what corrective action we are taking. So continuous improvement. Also, this is one of the requirement of the OSHA 14,001 or 45,001, that you have to demonstrate that you are doing a continuous improvement. 14,000 definitely this is for the environment. ISO 14,000, ISO 45,000. When investigation focus on learning rather than blame, they become powerful catalyst for transforming organization safety culture. That is very important as a safety profession. You have to convince your management that every incident should be investigated openly without blaming anyone. But this is very because, as I have told, people are just doing the whitewash, and this is not fulfilling any purpose. To summarize, the path to safer construction site: investigate promptly, thoroughly, address every incident without delay using systematic investigation methods, focus on root cause, look beyond individual error to identify underlying system failure. Underlying, okay? Always remember this. Implement corrective action, transform finding into a specific measurable safety improvement. Monitor and verify effectiveness, track implementation and measure impact on safety outcome. What are the whether it something has happened after the corrective action or not. Share lesson learned. Use investigation as powerful tools for organization, learning, and prevention. This video I have prepared because lot of questions, as I have told, see it 2 3 times and take pen and pencil and write down all these things, because this is very important for your upcoming interview, getting it preparation and become a successful HSE professional. Thank you for watching this video. I request all of you to please subscribe, like and give your comment. Thank you for watching the video.